What's up, investors? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I'm Richard Allen, and in this video, we're going to talk about Nano Dimension. I've got some fantastic news for you today. They announced full 2020 results. I just made another video about APXT as well. They announced results today as well. Record-breaking results. If you haven't watched that video yet, check that out as well. But in this video, we're going to talk about Nano Dimension. Not only did they announce results for 2020, they had a conference call today as well, and that conference call was fantastic. It gave us a bunch of extra news and things to speculate on, but actually some great quotes from Yoav Stern that I want to share with you guys. Okay, I keep telling you guys to have patience with this company, and Yoav Stern reiterated that over and over again on the call. But I think it's what people wanted to hear. Nano Dimension today is up 15%. Now, the earnings weren't a surprise at all today. We knew that they hadn't sold much in terms of revenue at all last year. But I kept saying, guys, keep being patient with this company. In the last video I made about Nano Dimension, we talked about ARK Invest. ARK Invest owns this stock. They've been buying Nano Dimension for less than a year, and ARK Invest has a 5-year time horizon. One of my favorite quotes from Yoav Stern, I'll share it in a little bit, talks about people not having patience. Have some patience with this company. But let's just jump right into the chart. We're up almost 15% today. At one point, the stock got above $11. It got to $11.16. We've had a tremendous few days with Nano Dimension, which I'm really excited about. If you aren't familiar with what Nano Dimension does, guys, they're a 3D printing company. Okay, they 3D print PCBs. They sell massive machines the size of a couple refrigerators to big companies. They work with NASA, L3 Harris, major defense contractors, the US government, all over the world. They work with governments and defense contractors for prototyping different high performance electronic devices. So very cool company. Just at the beginning, we're at the baby stages of what this company is capable of doing, and there's some other exciting stuff in the future. They're pivoting potentially into some other industries. I'm going to share that with you as well. So very exciting stuff with Nano Dimension. Okay, it says Nano Dimension reported revenues of $1.971 million for the fourth quarter of 2020, and right around $3.4 million for the full year of 2020. The company ended the fourth quarter of 2020 with $670,934,000 in cash and bank deposits, while total loss for the fourth quarter was $17,439,000. We ended 2020 with a strong balance sheet and $671 million in cash and bank deposits. Thanks to the equity offerings we concluded during the year, we have strengthened it even more to a balance of nearly $1.5 billion as of the end of February 2021. And that was a statement from the CFO. She said, we recognized revenues of $3.4 million, which is lower than last year due to the effect of that thing, but better than what we originally expected. We are focusing our efforts on fulfilling our growth plan, both internal through product development and R&D efforts, as well as through external M&A activities. And we're going to get into both the R&D section as well. People asked some great questions on the conference call, so I'm excited to share these questions with you, but also the responses from Yoav Stern. Very cool stuff based on mergers and acquisitions. And R&D. We actually stay till the end of this video. Seriously, there are some letter of intents that have been signed. Guys, this is like, we're getting really close. We're getting really close to them announcing an acquisition. I promise, okay? It says during 2020, Nano Dimension raised a total of $710 million in public equity offerings. Again, these were direct offerings, direct to institutions such as ARK Invest. Okay, so pay attention to that. This wasn't just public offering, crazy share dilution type thing. This was direct offerings. They offered shares and shares were purchased. It was a very good way for them to raise money last year. Okay. So that's really, that's really all I want to cover for financial results. Let's jump over one thing that wasn't announced on the call at all, but something that is very pivotal and important. It says Nano Dimension announces President and CEO Yoav Stern's appointment to the board of directors. So Yoav Stern is going to be taking further control of the company. Good news for the company overall. I think Yoav Stern will have a little bit more control and say over what the company does in terms of M&A activities and research development. So I like this move. I really do. I'm excited to share part of the Q&A discussion. If you guys didn't listen to the conference call, I think there's a replay available. I don't know if it'll be available right away, but it will certainly be available soon. Now, the first thing I want to cover is that multiple letter of intents have been signed. Essentially what that means is they've already entered into non-binding agreements with companies saying, hey, we will purchase you for blah, blah, blah. Let's just say $100 million, okay? We will purchase you for $100 million based on us finding out more about your company, essentially. Right now, they've probably done a ton of research. As Yoav Stern has said it himself, they've looked at 85, he's looked at 85 different companies very thoroughly. They've narrowed it down to a few companies. Again, letter of intents are signed, okay? And he will be traveling to do the due diligence that is necessary for them to close those deals. I think this is exciting stuff. Now, one quote that I'm going to put up on the screen here. It says, "Do not expect me to perform or to announce something unless it's happening, and unless we did it cautiously, thoughtfully, in the right time, just because the share price is up or down. And just because there's short players or no short players, our business is to use the money according to our business plan, and we are doing that." So, I really liked that statement. Cautiously, thoughtfully, and in the right time. He reiterates over and over again that they're not going to overpay. That they're not going to overpay for a company just because we want some sort of an announcement or something like that. Okay? So please be patient with this company. So along with that last statement, I want to go over one more that ties in really close. He said when they were setting up their direct offerings and raising money with these investors. Okay? He said, if you are not patient and are waiting to see something in a quarter of or two, do not invest in Nano Dimension. Again, if you are not patient and you are waiting to see something in a quarter or two, do not invest in Nano Dimension. Be patient with this company. And again, stay till the end of the video. I'm really excited to share some of the stuff that one of the last things he said was just really exciting stuff, okay? All right, so one of the first Q&A people was a guy named Jeff Ross, okay? A private investor. And he has some okay questions, okay? But I want to go over almost this entire line of questioning, okay? It says, Jeff says, please explain your direct offering strategy for the next 6 months. Do you feel you have enough money to execute your plans on a buyout merger acquisition? Yoav says, yes. That's all he said. And then eventually he elaborated. He said, the answer is we have enough money to execute our present strategy. Okay? So I don't think he opened the door for more offerings, but he certainly didn't close the door on more offerings. Again, he said, the answer is yes. We have enough money to execute our present strategy. Okay? Jeff says, okay, could you provide some guidance towards first quarter 2021 financials, being that we are almost done? Yoav essentially cut him off and said, no. Jeff goes, no guidance? And Yoav goes, no. Jeff goes, any guidance for 2021 in terms of revenue appreciation? Yoav says, no. So that part made me laugh. I don't know. I like Yoav. I would probably enjoy working for him. He seems like he's a hard driver, somebody who gets a lot out of people. I really like the guy. So the next question from Jeff said, is there any growing interest or contract signed in 3D printing of 5G antennas? Have you been working with any major auto companies? Now, I wish Jeff would have separated that into two different questions, because in answering this question, he didn't really address the 5G antenna thing or the auto industry thing directly. He essentially said they were working with major players in both fields. So he said, yes, we are working with major players in that fields, and when there will be anything to announce, we will announce. We have contracts with them and work with them before, and when there will be something to announce, it will be announced. Okay, cool. So that was it. Jeff asked a couple more questions, but I didn't find those as exciting as the others. So there was another guy that asked some questions about NASA and L3 Harris, and that was exciting to that Yoav talked about. Says we've worked with NASA and we work with Harris. Components are taken up to space and tested in low gravity and different radiation levels. Essentially, that's what Yoav said. What the guy was asking and getting at was, you know, are your 3D printers working in space? And Yoav's like, no, but our components are up at the International Space Station and being tested actively. So that's pretty cool. Someone from Barclays came on and asked about mergers and acquisitions versus spending on growth. Yoav's answer was 50% or more of the capital that they have, meaning the $1.5 billion that they have in cash, will be going to mergers and acquisitions activity, and less of that should go to research and development. However, he said it will depend on what companies they acquire. Meaning, they might spend more money on research and development depending on what companies they acquire. One of the major potential telltale signs that I need your guys' help with. Yoav said they're looking for companies in Eastern Europe that have a high level of expertise in building machines. And he kind of almost let the cat out of the bag that he said, I won't name a company, but you can figure that out on your own, essentially. Looking for companies in Eastern Europe that have a high level of expertise in building machines. So what do you guys think that is? And the whole goal there, he said, is to accelerate go-to-market on the machine side. So hopefully finding a company that has really manufacturing prowess, right? That they can build these Dragonfly LDM systems really quickly, soon to be a different Dragonfly system this summer, and we'll talk about that here in a second as well. He said they're also looking for companies on the chemical side of things, but he said they are so advanced on the material side of things that they can't acquire a company that would accelerate what they are doing on the material side of things. So that gives a telltale sign on what companies they are looking to acquire. Companies with a manufacturing prowess in Eastern Europe that has a high level of expertise in building machines. So I would love to have a discussion about what companies in Eastern Europe that they would look at. Okay, so hopefully the moment you've been waiting for. This part here. They have a new version of Dragonfly system coming out this summer, or early this summer. He said he's putting a lot of pressure on the team to get it out as quick as possible. So hopefully early this summer. He said it's the most advanced Dragonfly machine, better performance of materials. The conductivity of the material will be 3 to 4 times better. The strength and temperature specs will be better. Stability of the machine and repeatability of the machine will be better. The efficiency of using the ink will be better. He joked about that not being great for the company because their razor blade design, right? Of trying to sell the inks and stuff. He joked about that not being good for them, but that the customers were very happy about it. And he said there are a few more features in the software that are going to enable companies to really take designs to the next level, or to really as far as they can take them in the machine. So really exciting stuff. That was really cool. So the most exciting thing that I think I wanted to cover, that was covered right at the end of the conference call, is their move into adjacent industries. Okay, so they're not moving out of 3D printing. They're moving into adjacent industries. And because I'm not a mechanical engineer, or whatever I need to be to understand this, I don't fully understand it. So I want to have a dialogue about it. And how does this increase their total addressable market? Because it probably increases their total addressable market by a lot. He says they will be moving to adjacent industries. He says we are not moving out of 3D printing, but we may move to adjacent industries, which are 3D printing micro-mechanical, not only micro electrical mechanical pieces, It's very exciting because it's selling to some of the verticals we are already selling. It's selling to the defense industry, aerospace, aviation, to very high-end auto, very high-end medical industry, and those kinds of technologies are, first of all, can be integrated with electronics, but can also be sold as micro mechanical devices or nano devices on their own, which are not only with electronics, but we are looking to expand it to that. What are micro mechanical electronics or nano devices? Please tell me. They're expanding out of PCBs and high performance electrical devices to these micro electrical devices and micro mechanical devices. So please let me know what you think about all of this information that I just shared with you for Nano Dimension. I think it's exciting stuff. I want to take one more look at the share price really quick. I'm going to have this video out to you as quick as I can, but we're still hovering about 15% up, 14%, little over 14% up on the day. So good, strong day for Nano Dimension. Really exciting stuff, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I appreciate you. As always, if you didn't already do it, click that beautiful red subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.